then how to the discussion points, which is like the software, the servers.
All right. Hey everyone, we are live. So today is 23rd March, and I welcome you all to the Layer 5 newcomers meeting. Sorry, Layer 5 website meeting, my bad. Bad start. Uh, so we conduct this meeting on every Mondays, and here we talk about different front-end related issues. And uh, since I host a lot of meetings, so that's why newcomer. Anyways, but so if you are new to this website's call, we have different front-end related repositories and so many issues in layer 5 and mesh reorgs, 100 plus repos, and code moves around here quite fast. So you can find some of the front-end issues and repositories in the meeting minutes. And if you have any pull request or any agenda that you want to put on under a specific topic, or it could be any question as well, it need not necessarily be a pull request. So feel free to just edit the meeting minutes. So a quick shorthand for the meeting minutes is layer5.io/meeting minutes/ websites, I believe. So I'll be sharing this link in the chat. Layer5.io, meet.layer5.io/website minutes. And so before moving on, let's have an housekeeping item that is to mark your attendance in the meeting doc. Uh, so feel free to do that. And today I have Bhumika with me. So she is a community manager at Layer 5, and she does a bunch of stuff around community management, helping others, encouraging people. So, Bhumika, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah. Hi everyone. I am Bhumika Garg. I am currently in third year and I am working in this community from past 3 to 4 months. And it's been so nice to be in this community. I'm here to see more contribution. And thank you for everyone to joining this meeting.
Thanks, Bhumika. We are great to have you. So, if there's anyone who is new to this website's call, uh, we can have some time for a quick introduction about you. Let me see some names. Arohi, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi everyone, I'm Ye. Nice to meet you
Hi.
all. I'm currently get familiar with your repositories and look around for quick access I can pick up. I fully respect your ownership and reading through your code is really an enjoyment. Thank you, everyone.
Yeah, thanks. It's great to have you. So today we'll be talking about different stuff that will help you get started. And yeah, would anyone like to introduce yourself? Ananya, Ashwani, Arohi. If you are also you are familiar with it, but still you can introduce yourself. And I also request everyone to turn on their webcam so that we can have an interactive conversation over here, or else you can drop your introductions in the Zoom chat. Edmond, Dave, All right, I think no introduction, so we can leave this topic for the end of the meeting and we can jump on to the meeting minutes. But yeah, before moving on, talking about Mishri. So Mishri is the sixth highest velocity project in CNCF and it's in sandbox stage. And we are also um, up to Mishri 1.0 that we'll be announcing in KubeCon Europe. So a lot of things happening over here. And we have different type of meetings for each of these. For example, we have mystery development meeting on Wednesdays and Layer 5 newcomers meeting on Fridays. So if you're a newcomer, you can feel free to join, in fact, any of the meetings. But yeah, newcomers meeting is specifically dedicated for that section. And in mystery development meet, as the name suggests, we talk about the core development of mystery. And we also have a certified mystery study group on Fridays where we talk about the certification, the Certified Mystery Contributor certification of CNCF, and how you can prepare for that. But yeah, moving on, let's jump on to today's discussion. The Canvas.new mobile view tabs requires additional improvements and optimization. Bhumika, it would be great if you can just go through this thing.
Yeah. That's a new website is launched, that is a canvas.new, and desktop setups you can see that is arranged, but in the mobile and the tab view is still in the setup mode. So I request everyone to like fork this repo canvas.new and make a pull request and solve the solution, like give a solution towards the tabs and the and mobile view. So I share the repo in the comment section bit.
Yeah, could you just specifically describe the issue? Was that related to responsiveness, if I am getting it correctly?
Yeah, you are correct. That related to the responsiveness, still in the canvas, it's not working correctly. So when you see in the mobiles or a tab, you will find the different issues there also. So
Mhm.
Rona, could you like make the use in the mobile tab? Can you convert that using a spec mode?
Um, or where does we find that?
Okay, share. I just share my screen.
Yeah, that would be.
So you can see that this button is not working correctly. It's working correctly, but it's spacing issues. Uh,
Mhm.
the this last animation is a little bit harsh. Footer, like
Issue created for this?
sorry.
Do we have this issue created over the repo for
So
the
yeah,
responsiveness?
so for this, Olat is working on this. So I believe he's fixing for a desktop. So some one other is for the like mobile tab and other sources like a
Screens
tab.
also. Yeah. So if it is possible, could you please share the issue link so that I can get more details about the issue?
Uh, Okay, we will. Uh, See, there is no components in the tab also that it got removed. And tab is not working correctly. Yeah, there's a lots of problems. This section is not in the tab. So yeah, we need to solve this.
Bhumika, I'm working on this animation, logo animation currently. I'm testing it right now. I have made the changes. I'm testing it and I'll raise the PR soon. Fix the logo animation.
Thanks, Kushan.
All right. Thanks, Bhumika, Kushal. So next up is Ankit Tiwari. Would you like to talk about your PR on the fixing a dark mode flicker issue? Is he not on the call, I believe? Yeah. Okay. All right, we can circle back to this topic later on. Do we have Sayed on the call? Yes, we have. Sayed, would you like to talk about this pull request 7534?
Yes, just to line change PR. Do you hear me?
Yeah, but your voice is cracking, but we can partially hear you, for my part at least.
Okay, okay, sorry for that. Um, it's two line changes PR. It's not a huge one. Uh, I entered a discussion with Lee, and he asked me to change the size of one project on
Mm.
customer food. As a is integration
Sorry to
project.
interrupt. Sayed, could you just also share your screen? That would be great if we can get
Okay,
some more context of it, if you're not having much bandwidth issue.
okay. Yes, I shared my screen. Okay, I am just talking about this PR. It's a very simple PR, just two line changes. Uh, it was a result of a small discussion between me and Lee. We
Mhm,
conclude to size of this project on customer food, the graph integration, graph database project.
mhm.
It would be better if I this. Um, I'm not sure if I can open this project. It's yes, this one.
Mhm.
We could go to change size from medium to large. So I just open this PR.
Yeah, we got you.
Okay.
Uh, could you also just, Sayed, I was wondering, um, am I the only one who is hearing the echo?
Oh, actually, voice is too laggy.
Yeah. You can you have to make a similar change in the mesh3.io slash where we have this GSOC program. And if we have the same thing for LFX, I believe, so make sure you change both of the websites, the Layer 5 and the mesh3 one. And it would be great if you can drop the Slack message of the context that you are mentioning that we have to change this to large. And yeah, this I think is good to go. Next up is Ragul.
My
You
network
have,
has
yeah.
some latency, and I hear your invitation. I'm about to share some. Thank you so much, host. I want to share about some of my questions. The first question is that um, I want to know what do you usually check for your models, like format. Maybe it is we should submit some OCI image, or
Mm.
we can just submit YAML file, YAML file. Is that okay? And makefile targets, do you have some makefile targets to run on? And what checks are expected before submission? Because I see some other applicants has already picked the project 3 and project 4, so avoid their effort being wasted. So I am about to pick the project 1. Before it, I have the question of such deliverable format questions. Am I clear?
I think, but this would be a good question in Meshi development meeting, I believe, as we have a specific meeting related to that. Or I think if Matthew has something to say on this, you are feel free to reach out to guidance. But you can also mention the query in the Slack channels that you just asked.
Oh.
But for this part, it's specific about related to websites meet. So
Thanks for your information.
yeah.
I will add it in the documentary. Thank you. I think I have collected the information I need. Thank you.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, Yi. Rahul, would you like to talk about your PR about upgrading the doc civilian? Yeah.
First of all, I am audible.
Yes, you are.
Okay. My issue is related to upgrading docs. I have updated from version 12 to 0.14.3, I think. And after that update, I have noticed several UI changes, especially in the navbar. The
Please share
styles
your
were
screen
not.
as well.
Sure, one second. Is it visible?
Yeah, it is.
So the styles were not working as before, especially in the navbar. When I clicked, I found the doxy changes is CSS structure. So I moved the navbar override file into like this to override it. Saurabh also commented over it. And I also feel some small issues related to UI. This happened because the updated doxy also includes some changes in the bootstrap as well. So which affected the overall layout and styling.
Mm.
So and also I have modified some of the CSS too.
And it's working fine, if
And
I
also I
got you
have noted
correctly.
one, there are two bootstrap getting
Mm.
overloaded. This version, 5.2 versions and also 5.3 version. And I have searched in Google as well. The current doxy dependencies also depends upon this version too. So I think this two line should be here.
If we have the same doc bootstrap version twice, so I
Yes.
believe it should be consolidated. You can also refer the docs.mystery.io. It also uses the latest doxy version. And one question I have to ask, or I would like to ask over here is, what version is Hugo running on for Layer5 website?
You mean asking about this doc or
No, not Doxy version. What version do we have for Hugo for Layer5 Docs?
layer 5? I want to
Because
see.
when we deployed the docs.mystery.io, we have um, a prior version of Hugo running, and that had some breaking changes since we had a latest version of Doxy, but we didn't upgrade it Hugo version. So that's where I'm coming from.
Okay, I will check it and come to you.
Yeah, you can confirm that it should be the latest one. I believe 0.157 is the latest one.
Okay, you're mentioning the
So
Layer5 docs.
I'm mentioning the Hugo version.
Okay, okay, okay.
And
Okay,
is
that's
that pull request open or closed?
no, it's open.
You can also verify by checking the preview. If that is working, then it is compatible.
Okay, one second. It's mostly like only
Mm.
this thing alone. I noticed this is changing. This sidebar as this padding issue. I think so. For this, I also
Mm.
mentioned it as a margin top zero and something else, and still this issue is coming.
Yeah, I would suggest don't introduce any additional styling. Find the root cause of it, why it
Okay,
is occurring when you are upgrading Doxy, since it may have been using a different way of compiling the SAS files, and now it's doing a different thing. So it's like we are going two steps further and then four steps back. So introducing additional styling and trying to fix that thing. Or for example, this is also a bad thing that we are introducing negative padding or negative margins to trying to fix the
I also
issue
tried that
upfront.
too.
Yeah, so that's not recommended. Try to actually find the root cause of why it's happening and how the version is being upgraded and what needs to be migrated, and that's the real fix for it, and it's easier to maintain as well. If you are going through the other way approach, it's becomes very hard in future to maintain the sites and everything.
Sure, thank you.
Next up, I think we have Sayed again, or Mystery or I website.
Yes, it's the same BR, but for Mystery.io.
Oh, okay, then you have already made
Exactly.
that. You have already made it. Okay. uh,
Yes, exactly the same thing. It changes the size of the project.
yeah, that's good. Do you have anything else, Sayed, to talk about related to this stuff?
No, no.
Okay. Sahil, would you like to talk about this PR?
Yeah, I will continue that one. Hello, I'm audible.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Okay, let me share my screen. So in the last meeting, I have seen the recording video and I found that you told that this should be separated from this one. See at this when you are clicking on this icon, it is also
Mm-hmm.
expanding and collapsing, and when you're clicking on the overview and installs, it is
Mm-hmm.
also doing the same functions. So in this PR, this was the PR which I am separating the toggle and link. So what I did was that I added one script file uh, separating that link and this one.
Mm-hmm.
There is this diff is for the this is for expanding and collapsing, and when you will click on that this tag a tag, it will act as a hyperlink. So it's working fine, I think. And you will see So here, when we will click on this, it will expand and collapse. But when we will click on this overview and install, it will just open that. It will search and open the docs. So it's working for correct. And here also I did the same thing. Means for this also, when you will click this drop down, and it will open, and it will close also. When you will click on installations, it will just show up these docs.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. I appreciate you doing that, and that's the correct spot on required change that we needed. And is this also working on small screen and
Yeah,
tablets, I believe?
it's working. You will see any other mobile phones. It's working fine. So it's searching. Working properly.
That's yeah. Yeah, I really appreciate it. That's some great work. But since if you are around contributing to docs.measure.io, so we are currently using a sidebar that is dependent on the toc.yaml file, and we have a hard-coded one since that's how we migrated from Jekyll. But we wanted a the sidebar to be that's since it comes out of the box from Doxy, so we want to have something like a wrapper around it. And that's where this whole sidebar things gets restyled. And I have a PR related to it, and that fixes this thing that you're talking about. So I appreciate you doing that. But since we'll be having another sidebar that just looks like similar to this one, but that's around Doxy. So I think we should not change this one since we'll be anyways getting rid of it.
Okay, you will be releasing this new one. You are working on that PR.
Yeah, there's an agenda item for today's meet. I will be talking about it.
Okay. Otherwise, I have the one more doubt about this, because in TOC file, this extension will not work because hashtag is there. When you will see in that means link, when you'll open this one,
In the
hashtag is
in the TOC, yeah, that's what is the issue about that file. So it's we are not using the full capabilities of Hugo and Doxy, and we have currently a manual toc.yaml, and each time we have to add a new page in the sidebar, we have to go and update that table of contents, and then we are going to mention that link. So all these things come out of the box from Doxy, and this just adds more manual maintenance, which just doesn't make any sense. So that's why we are switching from it. And then the updated one, there's not these things doesn't happen like the one that you're mentioning.
okay. That's it about this PR. And I have the one more PR in the agenda. This one, I think. This one. Should I talk it now or later?
I think we can just talk about when we are talking about that particular section.
Okay.
That
Okay.
would be great. Yeah. All right. Next up is Ashwani Singh.
Yeah, hello. I'm audible.
Yes, you're audible, Ashwin.
Hello. So I have to talk about that previous meeting. So let me just share my screen.
Ashwini, you are muted.
Hello.
Yes, we can hear you now. I think you are having some bandwidth issues. All right. Would you mind, Ashwini, if we can circle back to you later?
When I'm sharing my screen, I am not able to sound. There is some
Okay,
issue
so
in the some bandwidth network issue. So yeah, I will
so
text you on
we'll
LinkedIn.
circling back to you later and let us know if we are able to resolve that.
Okay.
Next, Daniel, please go ahead talking about your PR.
Uh, just a second. Yeah, so I've been working on maintaining the size of the uh, navigation list when you're on mobile or when you're on tablet. So let me show you how it was before. And I was talking about this like 2 weeks ago, and I received some big feedback from Bhumika. So I tried to solve that. Yeah, so yeah, let me start on tablet view. Yeah, so before it was like this. When you click, it's kind of expanding, and you cannot even scroll. And then when you click the size, it's kind of a dynamic size. So what I did was just maintaining the same size on mobile or even on tablet. So here's the preview. When you click, the width is still the same, and you can now scroll. Let's click, now you can see how it's working. Yeah, so mainly this one. Before I received some feedback from Bhumika to reduce the width, and I've tried to work on that. So I think this is good to, yeah, for a final review or yeah, something like that.
Yeah, it's look good to me. What about the mobile view?
Oh, okay, sure. Yeah, here it is on mobile.
Using full still?
Yes, still using full. Like here before on mobile, let me see. Okay, they don't use it full. But okay, I can adjust that, but I found like full was good on mobile, but I can still adjust the size.
It's like you can see the distance between the resource and the plus icon.
Okay,
This
okay,
is a lot of distance, and I
okay.
believe it should not be.
Okay, so I'll try to reduce the size on mobile as well.
Yeah.
Uh, Sure.
All right. Thanks, Daniel. Um, so just ping us on the Slack channels when you want to be reviewed on this PR, or you can also ping Bhumika. Moving on to the next agenda item. So we have Ajit Verma. think he's not on the call yet. Uh, so we can go with Kushal, I think.
So I want to discuss two PRs. First was that while adjusting the responsiveness of this, let me show you this browser section, I used JS here. So Lee told me to correct that and don't use JS and use implement it in CSS itself. So I made the change. I removed the JS and then I added the CSS part here to fix that. So to fix the performance of the website. And in this PR also, if you open uh, this part, the stand of the this desktop was visible on when it was scrolled to like let me show you on the website. It was like it was revealed on the scroll, so it wasn't supposed to be like that. So I fixed this too. So this PR was all about that 173. And the second one, I wanted to get it reviewed from Matthew. So as last time we discussed, I have fixed all. I have added GitOps sections. Let me show you. Yeah, this we discussed that we want to make the change like this this should go from right to left. So I made the change and now it's ready for review again and to be merged. Do you have any comments on that?
Bhumika, do you have any thoughts for the
I
first
have a
one?
thought for the first one. I guess, Kushama, you didn't go with the like flow, like it. This first of all, did you see last meeting recording? I said
Yeah,
I said you that several times. That did you see that?
yeah,
Because
I
the
saw that.
working you are doing, the same working is done by Olat.
What? Uh, which verb?
The
Like,
first PR, the which you are resolving, the that's a section one, that's fixing the canvas logo.
no, I haven't worked on that. This year is not
Your
about that.
first PR is solving what?
It is fixing this stand part. It was revealed on scroll, and now I have made this made this permanent. And also, I have fixed the JS part here. It was using JS, but I have made the code to use only CSS part.
Okay, so you are fixing only the stand thing. You are not fixing
Yeah,
that the section that's logo part.
no.
Okay. Yeah, it's good. But okay, so it's working in correctly in the mobile tab and the like tablet also.
Yeah, that is working fine.
Can you show me? Go up and come down. Come down. Yeah. Okay. Okay, I will see the code and I will merge it.
Yeah. And Matthew, do you have any review for this PR? Like the last time we discussed that this I fixed that, made the change, and
No, nothing else.
So that
It's
was
good
all
to
from
me.
my side. Yeah,
Yeah, it looks good to me.
thank
Yeah.
Kushama, is the pause flow is working? That's button.
yeah, that is.
Okay. Mm,
Uh,
Oh,
Yeah, that's all from my side. Thank you.
okay.
Thanks, Bhumika, Kushal, and Matthew. Yeah, that looks good to me as well. So next up is me. So I'll be talking about that sidebar issue that we were just that I was just mentioning about. I wonder if Olog is on the call. So after we tried to use the doxy sidebar and we are having a wrapper around it and we are building a custom styling overriding the doxy one. So this is what I am able to achieve in my PR, and it's having the same functionality of that collapsing of each section separately. And this one is for the hyperlink, and this doesn't depend on the manually maintaining the TOC table of contents file, and it automatically resolves if you even if you add any new pages. And for collapsing of subsections, we have this another drop down. Also, like for example, listing is also responsive, and yeah, the search functionality is also working, and it just doesn't now depend on any manual maintenance, and that's what I believe is recommended. But we have a catch over here. Uh, so we have a since I think Olog is not on the call, but I can still talk about it. We have a similar PR that is raised from him, and he kind of improved the functionality of the sidebar. And this is how the new sidebar looks like. So they both do the same thing. It's just some of the difference between styling. So I just want some of the thoughts on these two sidebars. Which one could we keep? Or since the initial proposal was to like have a same sidebar that we are currently using for the mystery docs. But yeah, if you have any thoughts or anything, I believe Matthew, that would be really helpful on me.
Yes. I don't know if it's only on my side. Here, can you click on one menu in the sidebar randomly?
Eh,
Really? Yes. Click on one link in the sidebar. For example, the mesh. Yeah,
yeah.
this one. Another one, because I don't know if it's only on my side, but when I'm clicking on those links, I have a white flash.
Yeah,
On, is this something that is still happening?
yeah, that's a separate issue
Okay,
apart from this sidebar.
okay,
And
perfect.
yeah, I think there's one PR as well related to it, and I believe Joy has raised a PR fixing this thing. But yeah.
Okay, I will go through those examples and
Mm.
see if I see anything. But at first look, looks good. Boss, pull request.
Yeah, and explaining some of the changes, for example. So we are also changing the front matter of the release notes that we publish in the releases section. So it's using some of the terms related to that we have in Jekyll, for example, using a layout as release, but just remove that in the workflow of release notes.yaml that publishes the releases in mystery docs. And so this is the adapted Hugo front matter. And just I did manual changes to all of the pages of releases section and basic functionality about basic CSS styling on this part. So yeah, I believe I could also create a separate Slack thread for it to compare both of the sidebars and which one we do wanted to keep. So since this thing currently mimics the same thing that we have in Mystery Docs. But yeah. Next up we have Sahil. Would you like to talk about this, Priya?
Uh, by mistake, I added this. I discussed this PR earlier, and the now which I want to discuss it was uh, placed this in the mystery.io. So right now I will be discussing this one.
Okay. Yeah, you can. No problem.
This PR I will be discussing. So it's already discussed in the two meetings, but Bhumika has some advice on this. It's working fine. I don't understand what she's telling to change. She even sent the recording of video. Bhumika, can you once again tell that?
Yeah, sure. First, sure. Actually, your work was like correct, but it is like you are overriding the things. The work you can do in the small codes, like a small minimal change, you are doing like very much changes in that PR. So I want to see the code.
So I did only this change in the padding, which is just necessary. And here what I did, I shifted this thing, means these two functions, sort and search, outside of this catalog wrapper. If you can see, it's not there, but I have see in this catalog section, it was there. These two are there inside this catalog, so it is applied in the catalog section only here. Here, all these three tabs, but I shifted this one outside, and the rest I didn't did anything else. This padding change.
Yeah, it's looking good, but okay.
You're telling just to switch off, means you just remove this one, but or to apply this on catalog only, just to insert this one into
If
the.
you remove this code, this body dot dark mode dot sort, it is it is written in another file also. So if you remove this code,
It,
it is it used two times. So I believe you have to remove this code.
no, no. If it will remove, then in the dark mode it will not work here. No, in the catalog it will not work for dark mode. See, in the this is the real side.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. In the dark mode here it will not work. Like right now it's working because it is there in the original code. I have not touched that dark mode any code. Just why I have means removed from this wrapper, because when you will see in the dark mode, this sort box and search box is in black, and in the white, in the light mode, it is in white. But when you will see this in the
Yeah.
extension, it is always light. Means in the light mode, it is white background, and in the dark mode also, it is having the white background. That's why I shifted that to the
Okay.
outside.
Yeah, it's looking good to me.
Okay, that's it.
Thank you, Sahil. You can also drop the PR on the Slack channels if you need more eyes on this. I also haven't looked at this thing.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, Daniel, you can talk about that light dark mode toggle functionality that you're working on. It's a significant issue that we must
Yeah, sure.
consider.
Uh, yeah, so I've been working on this light dark icon toggle. As you can see,
Mm,
I believe this is yeah, the new dock. When you change the
mm,
when you click on this toggle button, the icon is not changing, even though uh
mm,
the dark or light mode is changing. So
mm,
I try to work on that. This
mm.
well, no, let me try to refresh. Yeah, so it's working. Yeah, what I see like a problem is just on when you're on the light mode. If you try to refresh, it's like starting by the dark mode icon, then going back to the light mode. But apart from
Mhm.
that, everything's working perfectly.
Um, yeah, that's an issue that needs to be resolved. We should not see a flash of having that other icon, and I believe that may be related to how JS JavaScript is rendering this thing.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna dig deep into that. Yeah, but you
Yeah,
can
you
just
can
review this
just.
one and probably gonna be a different PR, something like that. I don't know.
I, I think you can just have this in the same PR. You can refer the same similar code that we have in Meshri.io. I don't think we must be having this behavior on that website. You can just check that out because since that's the same behavior over there. And there's another issue related to toggling of the dark and light mode. So if you can just again pull up your screen and you go to the previous versions that we have. In any of the previous versions, you go.
Okay, so let me share my screen.
Yeah,
Yeah, this one. So
yeah,
I go to previous version like this one.
yeah. And then now toggle that dark light mode functionality.
Thing is
This is
working.
the latest version, I believe.
Oh, okay.
No, that's yeah, you were right.
Okay.
Uh,
There's no even that toggle button, that
um,
toggle
mm,
icon.
could you just go to 0.7 or 0.8? Just go on latest and then navigate to. Yeah,
It's
this
kind of
thing.
bringing, okay.
So the icon
But
is
even,
not rendering after you hit the toggle button, and
okay.
that's that's an issue related to how the previous site builds that we have in the static directory
Yeah,
are. And since we have the compiled HTML code over there and we don't have any markdown files, and that's the snapshot of the previous versions. So you need to uh, go to each and every HTML file and fix that functionality over there. So that's the way of doing it. So I encourage, if you can, just in one file, if you can figure out the issue, then you can just write a script and go through all of the previous versions. That's the same issue in each of the files. That's I can say for sure. So if you can write a normal shell script or a non Python script, that would just switch this thing, so that would be really easy then.
Yeah, yeah. I think there's also a problem here. As you can see,
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, I'm not sure which version I am in.
You can check the URL, but that's definitely an issue. The
Yeah,
Ideally the
this
versions
is
should be
version
complete
7.
over here. Yeah.
Yeah, but still giving me here latest, which is not
Yeah,
the
the
case
latest is
anymore.
not pointing to the head of the report. Yeah.
Yeah, I
It
think
would be
we
great
can
if you can
also,
just open an issue related to this thing. And
yeah,
that's also one of the things that we need to get rid of. It's related to the versions.yaml file that we have in mystery docs. So it's containing the manual versions. And each time we add a new version, we have to go ahead and update the update the versions file. So that's also needs to be migrated. That was a functionality that we had in Jekyll docs. So it's related to that. All right. Do you have anything else, Daniel?
I know that's all for my side, from my side.
Okay, cool, cool. Already. So I don't think we have any of the agenda items left, but we can circle back to if any one of it is left. For example, Ankit, Hivar, and Sharma. Oh, okay, Ansh is there on the call and should like to talk about this PR about improving block card title and so on and so forth.
Um, uh, yeah. So, hello. So like I've been working on this issue. It was was just a small issue, like to improve for the UI. So I was working for the block part. Let me just share my screen.
Mhm.
So initially, what I did that so what the requirements were like. If you look at the live side, you can see titles like the why plot code can't fight like some so it's coming like this and it's like cutting off a mid word on one line. So what I did that I did the title truncation word, and if I come to my Netlify preview, so this is the thing which I fixed on. So like
Mhm.
so now you can see that the titles are now not wrap like before in the
Mhm.
previous in the main one, and they are up to a second line like the why plot code can't find
Mhm.
your tools, and also even with different title lengths. So the cards should stay aligned. what I what it was mentioned in the just a second. Yeah. Yeah, so I did changes in this card style.js file only.
Mhm.
I also got some comments on my PR because uh, that it seems to be like some issue. That's why I provided the side by side preview of my part and the website part. So if it's like did I did do something wrong? Or like it was
Uh, Yeah, I don't think there's wrong about it, but I have two things to consider over here.
Yeah,
F-
sure.
for the first point, I have a question that is there a limit to the amount of text that we are wrapping or we can display in the title? Because if it's not, then, for example, if a user puts over a 3 line or 4 line title, so I think that would be not consistent with how we are styling the other. Like, is there a limit to after which we are hiding the title and we are not showing it?
Well, a bit, it's for only the 2 lines. Once for 2 lines, it would be visible. After that, it come like this before the title.
Okay, okay. So does it make any difference then? I was just wondering because I think when a user is not shown the complete title, so it sparks a kind of curiosity, at least for my part. So I need to click
Yeah.
on it and just look at it, what's being written over it, and that keeps the card as well short and concise. So the fix that
Yeah.
you
Mm,
implemented is
mm,
previously we are wrapping the title on 1 line and now we are wrapping the title on the
yes.
second line.
Yes.
Yeah, so I think both of them sound similar to me. So I'm not sure if that's the required issue or if you can also get some other thoughts. Maybe I'm wrong, but yeah, that's how I will look at it.
So I worked out only the parts like sort of uh, written in the PR. So I worked on that only for the title truncation part and byline thing.
Mhm. Yeah, I'm not mentioning it in a wrong way. It's good that we are listing two lines over here and then not mentioning the other part. But yeah, I was just wondering, Bhumika, do you have any thoughts on this thing?
No, I was looking at his code only. So yeah, I
Mhm.
believe after the meeting I will, if
Yeah.
I have.
All right, and yeah, so we are also over time. So I think you could also mention this thing on the Slack channel, and we can continue this conversation over there. Ansh, hope that helps.
Sure, sure.
So yeah, since we have no more agenda items left, we can wrap up the meeting, and we'll be seeing you on the next Mondays for the Layer 5 websites meeting, same time. Or if you're joining the mystery dev call, so we'll be seeing you on Wednesday. And till then, thanks for joining everyone and have a great week. So see ya. Bye everyone.
Bye
Bye. Thanks.
everyone.
Bye.